Alright, I want everybody to look at this awesome, cool pro design. I had to go back and get a fire flower, and you go down here, and somewhere down here is where the secret is. Special shout out and thank you to, Techno Synth. I can't lose this fire flower because I need it again. Anyway, yeah, special shout out slash thank you to, Techno Synth. I watched his video to figure out how to do this. So yeah, thanks to him for suffering through this by himself, so I didn't have to. Yeah, and that's how you do that. You get the key, you get the secret, you go to the castle. I don't even know what lies ahead, but I just want to make a point here right now. To any hacker under the sound of my voice, don't put a mandatory secret, because a mandatory secret is not a secret. It is something that you have to find. What I'm saying is basically, I'm getting myself confused because I'm so enraged. Don't put an exit in a level that does not progress the player forward. If the player has to find anything that's off the main path, it shouldn't be mandatory, you know, to them completing the hack. I'm confusing myself. Or what I'm saying is, don't make mandatory secrets, because then it's not a secret. Secrets are supposed to be optional bonuses. But I tell you what, this guy, even though some of his monster placement is jerkish, he's got really good design and really good taste in music. I'll give him that. So, I have a story for the masses today. Today, I was here in my house. I'm at my parents' place right now, actually, and I was recording some music, rendering out some videos. I say rendering, wow, rendering out some videos. Grammar fail there, but rendering out some videos, and I get a knock at the door. I walk to it, and it's my friend, and I was like, it was a guy I hadn't seen in a few months, and he's like, man, I really need your help, and he's carrying his computer. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, my computer, it's pretty screwed up. It's like I can't even get it to do anything. There's this virus scanner on it, and I was like, the old fake virus scan software. It's like, yep, I've dealt with that before. And he's like, will you get it off my computer for me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, what do you charge me? And I'm like, yeah, nothing. I mean, it did take quite a bit of my time, but at the same time, you know, it's a friend, so I was like, you know, I'll do it for free. I told him, I was like, just come back in like an hour, because I knew I would be able to get it off, but I didn't know how long it would actually take me. So, why did I? Ugh. But I didn't know how long it would actually take me. So, I get the computer in there, and I turn it on, I look at it, and let me just say this right now. I know what tends to cause, okay, how in the... Don't tell me I need to get over here and get it, like a springboard somehow. I really hope... See, I really hope that that last part is optional. But anyway, let me just say, I am no stranger to things that, things of the computer persuasion. I know enough to get by and enough to remove basic viruses. I told him, I was like, I can salvage most of your stuff. And I was like, I'm just gonna redo your computer, then I'll put your stuff back on. Obviously, except for the virus. He's like, okay, that works. So, first I went in to see what was causing the problem. And this sort of software, it's always the same thing. It's a piece of malicious software that poses as a virus scanner. People click it because it says, oh, your computer needs scan. What they don't realize is, even if they know what it is, instead of giving it the old three-finger salute, they'll just click the X button. And clicking the X button does not do what they think it will do, because what they don't realize is the entire window, minimize button, X button, and all, basically execute the program, which means they give it license to run. So, I knew that was what it was, and that thing usually comes from one of two things. Torrents, which, you know, it's the downloading of music, movies, games, a lot of other crap, or porn. It's usually torrents or porn that cause this problem. So, you know, I figured, what does it say? Advice. When I was troubled, I will enrage you to a key. Okay. But, eh? Aha. No, it's... Is this a reset door here? Before I finish my story? No, this is not a reset door, it's just a bunch of coins. Oh, that takes me way back. We're not going back that far. But yeah, anyway, I knew it was either going to be porn or, I knew it was either going to be porn. I don't know why I just... Wait a minute. Okay, now I can't... I'm just going to fly up there. If I can fly. I want to fly like an eagle. Okay, what the frig would you have me to do here? Am I just supposed to... Oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. Derp. Okay, now that was completely obvious. That was just me being a complete idiot not seeing that, but... It's actually pretty good design, all in all, but... Anyway, so I got to work trying to figure out what was causing this, and I found the virus, and I was able to... Or the software. It's technically not a virus in the traditional definition of the word, but I found the, malicious software, as it were, and, I eliminated it. Then I got to... backing up this guy's stuff, and this is what I was talking about earlier. I am not a squeamish man. You know, I practice mixed martial arts where the object is to make people submit, to hurt people. I've seen bones broken. I've seen people bloodied. You know, I watch pro wrestling, and I watched it back before it was PG bullcrap. I've seen people hurt, and you know, I've done a lot. You know, I've seen a lot of things that are kind of grisly. What does this say? Please don't carry the key. A defense system work. See, okay, does he stop when I stop carrying the key? Yes, he certainly does. Oh man, I put the... Oh god, I just screwed myself over there, so we'll just wait here. But the point being, I've seen a lot of stuff in my time, so I'm not exactly a squeamish guy. And you know, I'm a grown man. I'm not like old, but I'm old enough to buy booze. But I've seen a lot of stuff. But when I looked into the contents of this hard drive, I literally had to step outside and was leaning against the banister on the stairs out there and was just literally staring down at the ground, trying to breathe, trying to collect myself, because the contents of this hard drive were some of the most ghastly, disgusting abominations I have ever had the displeasure of having invade my senses. I swear to God, if I have to find another secret in this level, I'm gonna go freaking postal on this stupid hack. Like, he just redeemed himself with a well-designed castle. Hey, it's Pokemaster Chuck. But, yeah, I looked at that hard drive, and man, it was just, like, I can't even imagine. Like, I can't, like, I know the guy. Like, he's always been a unique guy, you know what I mean? I always pictured him being the kind of guy that was into unconventional stuff, we'll call it. But man, this stuff was just wow. Like, I've never even heard of some of this stuff, like, I honestly. And it was one of those things that I didn't want to, you know, rub it in, because I figured he had a bad enough time, because he had to get his computer completely redone, because he needed it for school. He was doing homework over break. Ha, sucker. But yeah, he asked me to fix it, and I fixed it. You know, I found the cause of the problem, and I told him, basically, I was like, you know, when something pops up, I'm like, don't exit out, just either give it the three-finger salute, or do a hard reset, because if you click any part of that window, it's an executable file, and it will, you know, begin installing itself. And, yeah, I didn't bring up the contents of the hard drive, because honestly, man, like, just... what has been seen cannot be unseen. Like, this stuff, I'm talking... Is this death? Yeah, this is death, okay. Just wondering. Just making sure that wasn't a secret that I needed. But yeah, the contents, man. The contents of this hard drive will not soon be forgotten. I can't unsee it. I literally can't. And it's like, you know, I was talking with a Newt Gingrich supporter today, and he was talking about, he was like, well, you know, I agree with Dr. Paul about, you know, not wanting to ban things like certain drugs and porn and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh god, you had to mention porn after what I just had to see today. But okay, so apparently I need to find another freaking secret. Another, are you serious? Here's the thing with me. This is how I operate in day-to-day life. I've had people, you know, kind of screw me over before. People maybe piss me off. My thing is this. My philosophy has always been, everybody gets one. You know, kind of like Spider-Man was in that episode of Family Guy. Everybody gets one. What that means is you can piss me off one good time, or you can do something that enrages me one good time before I will just say F you. And this guy already got one. I had to find a secret. One secret, which was one too many for me. But now I'm supposed to find another one. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to, gonna have to freaking... I'm gonna have to try to look for this here. I am gonna look for it because the castle was nice, so he did sort of redeem himself, so I'll give the devil his due. And we're gonna look. We're gonna look for this secret, and if it's relatively easy to find, then I may continue this. It's gotta be in one of these pipes. Has to be. If I could quit sliding off like an idiot, that's not even the hack, that's just me playing poorly. So first I had to look at a freaking hentai-filled hard drive with other crap on it that makes hentai look like Sunday school comics. And now I have to find another secret. Like, are you serious? Freaking Polka Trainer Chuck over here being a jerk. Okay, Chuck, were you guarding the secret? Okay, is this a secret? Please let this... Oh, thank God. Okay, okay. Well, I was gonna go watch TechnoSynth's videos and look for the secret, but luckily I found it here. So, you know what? Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. Guy, you just got two. You in this hack, you got two. And frankly, that's all you're getting. The next type of bullcrap or lunacy or abominations that pop up in here that cause me to rage like a rat in a cage, I will definitely take this hack, burn it to a disk if that's possible, take a gun out and shoot it, and I will videotape that, and I will put it on YouTube, and I will monetize it with ads, so I will get paid for destroying your hack. But that's going to do it for this video. When we come back, we'll take on the castle. Thanks for watching.